Here at home tonight, the trial for the man accused of killing a volunteer firefighter was postponed.
Daniel Green was arrested in the murder of John Hickey that was happening last December. WMAR 2 News' Mallory Safaste tells us more about the judge's ruling that could have a major impact on this case. Mallory.
Yeah, Jimmy and Kelly, the trial was scheduled to begin yesterday, but first a motion by the defense to suppress key evidence. That motion was granted. So for now, the state is not able to use a video of their main witness identifying Daniel Green as the man who broke into John Hickey's apartment the night he was murdered. John Hickey, a Baltimore County volunteer firefighter, photographer, friend, and son, was found dead in this Upper Fells Point apartment last November. He was in the front living room, lying on the sofa, when detectives discovered he had been shot in the head. His valuables appeared untouched, but the door to his back bedroom was unlocked and left slightly open. Police later found surveillance video of someone breaking into his building the night he was killed.
So there's no question in most people's minds that the perpetrator is depicted in the video coming and going, and finally climbing in the window. No question about that. We agree. That's the perp. The question is, who is that individual?
Hickey's girlfriend identified the man in the video as Daniel Green, her on and off again boyfriend who she separated with several months prior. Her identification led to Green's arrest, but now that key piece of evidence is no longer admissible. Defense attorney Warren Brown saying the detectives during the identification process were suggestive. Therefore, the evidence is unreliable. When you say suggestive, I mean exactly what terms were used? Or
Isn't this Dan? This looks like Dan. Oh, he has a beard, just like Dan. You're there to listen to what the identifying witness has to say. You're not suggesting to them who they should pick out. You're not suggesting to them who is being depicted in the video in this case.
The Hickey family spokesperson, who was also in court Monday, said he didn't agree with the ruling or that detectives acted inappropriately.
The officer asked, "How are you so sure?" She said, "Well, I recognize his beard, I recognize his hair, I recognize the way he walks. That jacket, this Under Armour jacket that he wore all the time." And they're like, "Well, why are you so confident?" She says, "I was with the guy for 5 years." Now, if that isn't a confident identification of a subject, what else could be?
McDermott adding that the family is deeply disturbed by the judge's decision, but hopeful that it'll be reversed. The Baltimore City State's Attorney's Office said they cannot comment on this open and pending matter. They have appealed the judge's ruling. It will now go to the Maryland Court of Special Appeals. They have 4 months to make a decision, but it could be sooner. And regardless of the outcome, the state can still try the case and present any new evidence. In the meantime, the defense has requested a bail hearing for Green. We're told it's scheduled for Thursday afternoon.